Greetings, friend. Timberlake here from Smart Hobbies. This is the second installment of my Solving Medium Strength Sudoku videos. If you haven't watched my first video in the series, where I define the 4 new strategies, then I suggest you pause this video, go watch video 1, and come back here. I promise you, this video will make much more sense if you do. In this video, I will show you step by step how to solve an entire puzzle using only 7 strategies. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Let's get started. I found this puzzle in a Kappa Sudoku book, and it was rated 2 stars, which is medium strength. To review, the only 7 strategies that you will need to solve this puzzle are as follows: the hidden single, the naked single, the naked pair, the pointing pair, the hidden pair, the claiming pair, and the naked triple. As I'm solving, I will call out each strategy as I use it. I may not need to use all 7 strategies to solve this puzzle. Even though I am using a computer to show this puzzle, I'll approximate what it's like to solve using paper and pencil by annotating candidates as necessary to keep track of the naked pairs, pointing pairs, claiming pairs, hidden pairs, and naked triples. This will help me solve the other cells in the puzzle as well, as make it quicker to solve those cells as soon as I can eliminate candidates from those cells. Which strategy do you think I'll use the most? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, it's solving time. All right, if I look at this, look at here at my 9s. I have a 9 row 8, 9 row 9, makes this a 9 in column 1, and column 2 makes that a 9, and those are hidden singles. So what's left here in column 3? A 3 and a 6. Well, there's a 6 there, so that is a naked single 3, and that is a 6. Now what you'll notice, as the 6 comes across row 9, one of these two has to be a 6. That's going to be called a pointing pair. So I'll put a 6 there, and I'll make it bold. Now that there's only 2 6s left in this block. And now you notice that this 6 cuts across row 9, this 6 cuts across row 8, means the only place left for a 6 in block 9 is right there. And if we look back in row 7, we are still missing a 2 and a 4, so I'll annotate a 2 and a 4 and a 2 and a 4. And so now this 2 and 4 are going to be not only a naked pair, but a claiming pair, and they're locked into this block. So this cannot be a 2 or 4 or any other spot. Okay, moving right along, we have a 1 in row 4, 1 in row 5, means that these ones are locked here in row 6. Check out my 3s. You have a 3 coming down here in column 4, so that means the 3s are locked here in column 5, but you also notice the 7 comes down. So the 7 comes down here in column 4. Well, that means that the 7 has to be here as well. So this cannot be a 6. It has to be a 7. So we can solve for 6 right here. Let me put my 7s there. So that 7 is a claiming pair. And what's left in this block is a 2. And now as we take the 7 and we go up the rest of column, the 7 is also a pointing pair, so we go up the rest of column 5. 7 can be here or here. Okay, something else to keep in mind. 2. We have a 2 that comes across row 1 and a 2 in column 8. So the only two places left for a 2 in block 2 are right here. So we'll mark those. And then that's a pointing pair because it's going to come down and 2 cannot be here and a 2 cannot be here. So now we can solve this cell for a 2. And we can solve this cell for a 2. You see that a 4 comes down here, makes this a 4, which is a hidden single. And now when you have a 4 come across row 5, cannot be in this spot. So where can a 4 be in block 4? It can only be here or here. So this 4 is a pointing pair, and it's also locked candidates. Well, since the 4 has to be here in this block, it cannot be here. So now we can solve this cell for a 2. We can solve that for a 4. Moving right along, what do we have left down here? We have a 3, a 7, or an 8. We can't solve any of those just yet. If we look in here, there's only 3 left, so there's going to be a naked triple here. And that is between a 5, 6, and 9. Well, the 6 and the 9 are here, so this has to be a 5. And so this 6 and 9 is going to be a naked pair. And now we're looking to see what can be left here. We can have a 1, a 3, or an 8. Well, the 1 and the 8 are in row 3, so this has to be a 3. And then we can mark a 1 and 8 here, and a 1 and an 8 there. That is a naked pair. Three, 6, 8, 1, 4. Well, we notice that the 6 is not up in here, and neither is a 1. So these have to be a 1 or a 6. That is going to be a hidden pair, because there would be other candidates you could think would go in there. So that's a hidden pair. But now the 1 has to be in column 5, so this cannot be a 1 anymore. This has to be a 1. Now let's look for the rest of column 6. What's missing? A 2, a 7, and a 9. So the 9 and the 7 right here. So this has to be a 2. Solve for there. This cannot longer be a 2. We'll get rid of that. So that means that this has to be a 2. And those are hidden singles. And we know 2 is 7 and a 9. So we can mark the 9 here. We can mark the 9 here. Well, it means there's only one space left to fill in column 6. And what number would that be? Yep, it's 5. So now we have a 5 in row 4, a 5 in row 6. So this can be a 5 that's locked in there. And then in here, we have a 2, a 4, or a 9. We can't solve that just yet. I can put that in because this is a naked triple. And then we know that this would be a 2, 4, but there's a 2 right here, so this has to be a 4. Oops. That's a 4. That's a 2. And that's a 2. This has to be a 9, because now we can solve all 3 of these. And that's a 4. And since that's a 9, that has to be a 6. And since that's a 6, that has to be a 9. You see now, since we made these markings, it's much quicker to solve. And this can no longer be a 4. It's going to be a naked single 6. And what we have left in here, well, one of them has to be a 5, and the other has to be a 2, but the 2 is right here, so this is a 2, and this is our 5. Now if we look in column 2, what do we have left? We're looking for a 3, and we're looking for a 7. Well, we also have a 3, 7 here, so we're actually can create naked pair of 3, 7. So 3 and 7 cannot be anywhere else in row 9. Okay, moving right along. Let's check out column 7. What's left in column 7? We're missing a 4, and since there's a 4 right here, we know this has to be a 4. And then we're missing a 5, so that has to be a 5. And if we move down here, let's finish out block 9. We're missing a 1. We're missing a 5 and an 8. You know, that's a 1 and an 8. 1 and a 5, so this has to be our 8, which makes this a 1 and that a 5. And so using naked pairs and then kind of using hidden naked singles, we're able to fill out block 9. And so we have this 3, 7, 3, 7, so we know that this has to be an 8. You know, this would be either a 3 or a 7. So part of our naked pair, we'll fill that in. Let's go back up to the top. We solved the 1 down here, which makes this an 8. And then what's left? We're missing a 1. And we're missing a 9. So we have a 9 in row 2, so this has to be our 9. Be a hidden single, and this has to be our 1, which is a naked single. Since this is a 1, we can go over here and note that that has to be a 6, and that has to be a 1. Those are going to be naked singles. And to fill out row 2, we need that to be a 5. Okay, we're almost done with this puzzle. What's left here? 7 and 9. 7 and 9, we already have a 9 in column 1, so this has to be a 7, and that has to be a 9. Since this is a 9, this has to be a 7, and those are going to be naked singles. 3, 7, 3, 7. Well, the 7's here. This has to be a 3, and then what's left in here would be a 6. Come down here, we already solved the 7 in column 1, so that has to be a 3, which means this is a 7, and then these are just naked singles the rest of the way. 3 and a 7. Congratulations, the Sudoku is solved. Well, there you have it. I solved the puzzle using no more than 7 strategies as described in this video. How did you do? And which strategy was your favorite? Hey, let me know in the comments. If you want, send me one of your puzzles and I may use it in my next video. If you want more of a challenge than this, please check out one of my solving hard Sudoku videos where I use more advanced strategies. Thank you so much for watching.